this is Jeffrey Ryman, and this is a tutorial that explores what to do when you open up your Brightspace course for the first time after you have successfully imported your Blackboard course shell. So we're going to explore a little bit about Brightspace first so you understand where you are and how you need to be oriented. And then we're going to go into the course and look at the things that we need to do once the course has been imported. So in this case, we're on the course home page, which is the same thing as a Blackboard home page. It's a list of all your courses. Announcements that are system-wide or from your course will show there. And there's other things we can do on the home page that we'll explore in a tutorial on customization. Now, while you're in your home page, it's important to know you could manage what you see by clicking on this waffle and choosing what is pinned or unpinned to show. This is not unlike the gray gear in Blackboard that allows you to control what you hide or show. In addition to that, here is your profile, and by clicking on your name, you can simulate yourself in a student view, or you can go into your profile and add a picture or change the picture, add some personal information, interests and hobbies. If you don't like your picture, and I'm just trying to move it over, if you don't like your picture, it's very easy to just click change or to trash it. Okay, so the other thing is that when you're working from the home page, you can go into a lot of other tools. Some of these are only available for the user at different levels. Because I am an admin, I see a lot more. So to go home, I click on the FIT logo, and whenever in doubt, click on the FIT logo, especially if you're feeling lost, dazed, or confused. Okay, so I have copied a Blackboard course generously provided by our colleague Naomi Gross into the sandbox. And when I open it, and this should be your experience too, you will see that Brightspace puts everything into two folders, course information and content. Course information is identical to the way many of you use course information. And that allows you to then see every element that's in course information. So if you want to check things, you could simply just click on them and begin to browse through to make sure everything is working. So, for example, if I were to open up a training manual, if that's a PDF, which it is, it will open up inside of Brightspace and allow it to be downloaded, or it can be browsed inside the course. So it's quite simple to view it a number of different ways. This green crescent lets you know that this also meets accessibility standards. Blackboard Ally, Ally, which was in Blackboard, is also in Brightspace. So we're able to check everything that we do for meeting accessibility standards. Now, if I'm a student or the faculty member and I've reviewed this to see that it does in fact look correct, I can simply go over and click the Advance button, and that will take me to a video. Okay, now here's an example of a video that Naomi made using the Blackboard background. This video most likely will be need to be remade to appear in the Brightspace environment instead. So the only way to go back when you're looking at this video is to go back on your tab, and this will take you to where you can control the properties of this particular element. So if I want to put a new link in, I can click Edit Link. I could change the title of the link. I can change the URL if I need to, which I think she will because it shows a Blackboard course, not a Brightspace course. Once done, I click Update if I need to. I can also, and this is how Brightspace is different than Blackboard. It shows you things one at a time. So if I want to control visibility, I would click here and say, well, I'm not ready to show this to my students, or yes, I do. I can also add dates and restrictions. I can also add a description. And the text editor is not unlike the text editor we're used to seeing in Blackboard. It's just that everything is a little nicer and a little cleaner. Because I choose to do nothing right now, I'm just going to click cancel and go back up, and I can go to the breadcrumb trail to go back, or I could click the advance button to go to the very next object. Okay, and I can browse through pretty much anything I want to by using back and forth, or and I like to kill the tabs as I'm done with them. So we're going to go back now to the table of contents. A lot of people like, when they hit course home, to see these tiles instead of a list. There is a way to make the tiles all show here, and let me demonstrate how that works. If I click on content, it opens up the entire directory of what's in that folder, and that directory is shown on the left. Okay, now remember, I'm in the edit view, so I can see a lot of things that students will not see. If I go to the student view, it gets a whole heck of a lot cleaner when I click on content as you browse through. So students can easily see what week they're in and what the work is for each week. Right now, week 1 is open. Now, what I'm going to do is show you how to bring those folders onto the home page if you would like them to be there. You do not have to do that. Personally, I like it, and I think that you would want to know how to do it. So content is the name of the folder. It's at the very top of the hierarchy. Anything I want to put on the home page, I grab this, see this like little waffle over here? I grab the waffle, and what I want to do is just magnify this so you can really see. And I can click, hold, and drag it on top of content. In other words, over content. So I'm grabbing that, week 1 and week 2, just as an example. Now I'm magnifying this, but you could easily do it without magnifying it, grabbing week 3 and bringing it over the top of content. So now I don't need to click save. Once I drag and drop, it's done. If I now click course home, wait for it, my students will now see a tile for each folder in the course. And that may be the way you want it. Now, because the content folder has a lot of stuff, you'll need to empty it completely before you get rid of this folder. And the way to do that would be simply to continue the drag and drop sequence. So right now, week 4 needs to come up there, and I see that something's out of order. So I see week 1, I see week 2 is missing over here. And so the drag and drop, just make sure you've got everything in order. Once you have emptied the folder of everything in it, you can then get rid of the folder if you choose to. Brightspace uses chevrons very much the way Blackboard does. So if this folder was empty, and I emphasize the word empty, I could just delete that module. Now, while the orientation process is going on, I recommend that you organize things the way you want them to, and then to go through each and every element. Do not start to rebuild your course or to start really making changes until you have thoroughly reviewed what's in your course, because you may find design-wise you're going to change your mind as you get to know the course more and more. I can tell you, after having used Brightspace for several months now, my belief about how I want to design things for an online course and a face-to-face course has definitely changed. Along the top here, you can view all of the assignments that are available in the course. You can also review all the discussions or quizzes and so on. So finally, I just want you to recognize that it's really important to get used to exploring through these different menu items. And once you're done, you can go to the next tutorial where I'm going to show you how to fix things. But I think this is enough to get you started. Start going through your course, making lists of things you need to change. And then as you make progress, well, you can then move to a tutorial I'm preparing on how to fix things, how to reorder things, how to add new content, and then most importantly, how to add new third-party tools like Padlet, VoiceThread, and so on. So I look forward to getting your feedback on this. I hope this tutorial helps to get you started, and I'll see you soon, one way or the other.